Hello, and welcome to Minifigure Monday, where I go over some of my minifigure collection. Me, not him. Oh, hi. Yeah. Minifigure Monday. I have a lot of minifigs, and I like my minifigs, and I want to talk about my minifigs, so I'm going to do that. And since I have so many minifigs, which the word so could not have enough O's on it, I have so many minifigs. I'm just gonna, talk about a few every week, just because I can. Why not? Starting with whatever randomly I come across throughout the room in some sort of tour of a manor in terms of where they happen to be positioned or stationed or placed or displayed. Anywho, so today I'm going to start off with the two greatest television sitcoms ever made. One of those, of course, being Seinfeld. The fact that Lego made a Seinfeld set, I was on cloud nine. All the little Easter eggs and whatnot in the set alone is absolutely fantastic. But of course, I'm about the minifigs, and the minifigs I got with that Seinfeld set are absolutely phenomenal. So we've got Kramer, of course, and Kramer comes with his little lobster shirt, which is terrific. You see those little wrinkles in his face that just perfectly express Michael Richards. And he's got his pretzel. We should get him something to drink because these pretzels are making him thirsty. And I believe he's got another face. That's a great Kramer face. Why do I not have that face? Oh, because that's kind of like the smile. Because I have it displayed like he just walked through the door of the apartment. So I think that's why I have the smile, but that is a great face too. Come on, camera, make up your mind. Yeah, so both faces are terrific. I think the eyebrows are better on this one, but the smile's better on this one. So Kramer is a fantastic minifig, especially they gave him that little, doo-wop hairpiece. It's perfect for him. But the best thing about the Kramer, I mean, technically it's just one of the things that comes with the set, but this, it comes with his coffee table book. The coffee table book of coffee tables. Now, unfortunately, oh, look at that. It's even got Cosmo Kramer's name and picture in there. That is terrific. Giddy up. I mean, it's the little things. We complain a lot about stickers, but certain things we're not gonna get printed. So I'm thankful for this sticker because it could have just been a blank page in this book and we could have just had the cover. But no, they went ahead and gave us a couple more Easter eggs. His full name, Cosmo Kramer, and a little giddy up. It doesn't really turn into a coffee table, but, we can pretend. Hey, hold still. I got these little things in the mail today. I thought they were big ones, and they turned out to be tiny ones. And, I actually really like them like this, because I've never seen one this particular size, this little display plate, and it is official Lego, but I've never seen one this small before, so I really like this cool size. So this Kramer, he's got to be everybody's favorite character on Seinfeld. What else we got from Seinfeld? Ah, of course, Can't Stand Ya. We have George Costanza. Look at that face. I mean, they did an amazing job with that face. He looks so annoyed and mad, which he always was. Forgive my I don't have professional equipment, but I'm sure it's annoying for the camera to keep doing that. But at least it focuses better than my other camera would. Does he have a double face? No, see, George only has one face, but that's the only face he needs, right? And this hair piece is terrific. A little bald here. And he's got his red jacket, his infamous red jacket that he wore in so many classic episodes. And then just a traditional button-up shirt. But that face is perfect for George. I mean, he's always grumpy and complaining about something. You know, nothing ever went his way, except when. See, most people assume that the letter that comes with the Seinfeld set is for Newman because he's a mailman. Personally, I disagree. I think this letter is reference to the invitations where George's spoiler alert fiance dies from licking poisonous glue when putting together the invitations for the wedding because George wanted the cheapest ones possible, and that glue ended up being toxic. So another terrific minifig. Okay. And then, well, I mean, there's Newman. I mean, you could say it's one of his letters. He is in his postal worker uniform. Got the little postal logo there, and he's got his typical like, hee 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 hee. This is my scheming face. You know, hello Jerry. And he's got another. You know, he would often get mad and upset about whatever, what have you, was going on. And this, I tell you what. One day, if I had a reason to get professional equipment, like, you know, if people gave a darn about these videos, then I might. But for now, we'll make do. I'm no professional. Who cares? Who cares? Deal with it. There's Newman. Okay. And then there's Jerry. Classic Jerry. I love that the set came with Fusilli Jerry. I do believe this this hairpiece for Jerry was a brand new hairpiece because they were like, well, what are we going to do about the Jerry minifig? He's got like a classic 90s almost mullet. I wouldn't call it a mullet, but it's like almost like a mullet, where it's a little longer on the back than it needs to be, but it's not quite short on the sides, and he just had a little extra on the back, which a lot of people did back in the 90s. But it looks good. He's got his neat shirt, because, you know, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just his face is good. I think he's got another face as well. See, that's a good one. That's like he's telling stand-up, this face here, if you ask me. Because it also, the set came with the little brick wall and the microphone stand. Because many of the episodes would start with his stand-up comedy, so you could do that. I mean, the earlier episodes, the latter ones stopped doing that, but that way you could display him either way, whether it's in the apartment or doing stand-up comedy. And last but not least, we have Miss Elaine Bennis in one of her perfect work outfits. And it's just absolutely terrific. And that face of like, I'm not going to put up with your crap. I have no patience for you. You know, yada, yada, yada. But I think the outfit is great. And her other face, just being a classic, nice little smile. You know, she did that a lot. And then you could have her do some kooky dance moves. She's got the hairpiece that Dana Barrett used in the Ghostbusters set. So, you know, let's have her do some kooky moves on her dance. She's dancing. Okay, so that's the cast. Well, you know, 5 of the cast, but pretty much the main cast, even though it was the 4 of them. Newman wasn't really a main cast member of Seinfeld. So to have these official Lego Seinfeld minifigs, oh, it's wonderful. We all know I'm a minifigure guy, obviously, since it's Minifigure Monday. But to have one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, arguably. I mean, personally, there's these 2 shows, and then you've got a few others you could throw in. I mean, you've got your Curbs and whatnot, but that's a little different. It's not really network, it's HBO, and then you've got your Arrested Development, but that was kind of a different format, more of a mockumentary style. Yeah, you got your Office. I'm very much looking forward to the Office set, honestly. But yeah, it's a good sitcom. And then the other one, but the 2 that you could just watch on a loop, you could binge season 1 through its final, and then start over at season 1, and every single episode you'll be laughing out loud every single time, is Seinfeld and Friends. And the fact that they threw Gunther in the Friends set is fantastic. I mean, of course they did, because it's the central perk. Oh, that's right, there's 2 Friends sets now. I should probably bust out the other Friends. But they're in another deal, so they'll be in another video. Because we're just starting with what I saw first next to my door, and then we'll go like clockwise throughout my apartment. Because I have hundreds and hundreds, that is not an exaggeration, of minifigs displayed. Not to mention the thousands I have altogether. Most of those being like repeats and stuff from like collector minifigure series. But as far as official like sets and stuff like that, it's definitely in the hundreds, maybe around 1,000. Anyway, so there's Gunther. So he came with the central perk, which makes perfect sense. I love his tie. This tie is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. So I think Gunther looks great, especially with the white hair. He's got a broom. You know, he's working. He's telling Rachel, get back to work, and then he's telling Rachel, but I love you. So either way works. There's some Gunther back there. You all right? There, there you go. That work? That'll work. Speaking of Rachel, I do believe this was also a new hairpiece. Because they're like, well, how are we going to do that classic Rachel cut that everybody was obsessed over back in the 90s, and every woman wanted that hairstyle, which is true. I remember. I lived through it. So they gave Rachel a new hairpiece. Her little outfit is perfect, because this is, of course, when she was waitressing at the Central Perk, which didn't last very long, actually. You know, that was only in the earlier seasons. And she moved on to bigger and better things. I love the annoyed face of, like, you know, Ross! And she's got a little necklace. See what her other face looks like. Simple. Okay. So yeah, classic ticked off Rachel. Who doesn't remember that? Who else? I can't have Rachel without Ross. He's been playing his keyboard on the at the Central Perk. You know, he's got his tie. This face though, look at that face. Just these two little upper lip lines they did almost perfectly accentuates David Schwimmer. And the mouth printing too. I mean, those little creases along with the mouth and then the eyebrows. This, like, Lego don't have no nose, but that just looks exactly like David Schwimmer to me. Like, exactly. He's got his perfect little tie. I'm fine. And then you got that little, you know, he's a little goofy, a little excited. Pivot! Yeah, careful when you're moving couches, especially around the corner. So there's Ross. So when they first came out with that Central Perk, I was like, sweet, we got a friend set. But then when they busted out the apartment, I was like, really? You kidding me? Because then we got new Friends minifigs on top of it. But that apartment set is, oh, terrific. Totally worth it. I absolutely love this Chandler minifig. I mean, he's just, look at that. He could be annoyed, he could be confused, he could just be going, whoopah! Who knows? But he's got his little sweater vest, getting ready for that job where he's a transponster. And, that's, you know, there's another, like, you know, he's in a sticky situation. The worst, better lighting or something. We'll get there, though. It's good enough. Who cares? Nobody's listening. Nobody's watching. I do this for me. Phoebe, I had her outside singing. To, like that one episode when she's outside Central Park and people in because they didn't want her singing on the inside, and then, you know, yeah. So she's singing. That's why she's got the. I mean, you can also, she's got the microphone stand. You can switch it out with Ross's keyboard and have her playing in Central Park. Smelly cat, smelly cat. Ooh, that's gonna get me copyright. But this design on her outfit, I mean, it's glorious. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, she's got a guitar. She's got this other nice little smiley face, little Phoebe. She's silly. She may not seem like the sharpest knife in the drawer, but she's got her priorities straight better than most people. If you're going to have Chandler, you got to have Chandler's future wife, spoiler alert. Here's Monica. I love the classic older outfit. Something that she would have wore in the earlier seasons. See, again, these are my like earlier season outfits, and then the ones that came with the apartment were, well, I don't want to tell tales out of school. I actually don't know offhand. Maybe they are earlier season stuff, too. Let's see. She's got this nice little annoyed who moved my stuff. I got a clean, you know, well, no, if she had to clean, she'd be happy. But don't move the stuff. She has a very specific place for everything in her apartment. But those suspenders and everything, I think they made a great choice with the hairpiece. It's terrific. It's terrific. I love it. Love it. It's terrific. Okay, so that's Monica. And then if you got, you need Chandler's best friend, Joey. I love Joey's little smile. How you doing? Huh? He's got his classic, red button-up shirt there. Another face. Oh, there you. No, there's the how you doing. Yeah, all right. And that's just more of a. I'm not dumb, I swear. But I love that it just came with the simplest accessory, where it'd be like, oh, what's this? A little Indiana Jones saddlebag or something? No, that's his. That's his purse. That's his bro. His. What did they call it? I don't know. But whatever it was, he got it. He got it. So yeah, there's that. I mean, Rachel could talk anybody into anything. Let's be serious. But we got Phoebe. Speaking of Phoebe, having her priorities straight. This did not come with the set, but I keep it with my Central Perk set because he is sitting at a table admiring Phoebe, who is singing outside. So I have him staring out the window because it's Ant-Man. It's Paul Rudd. And Paul Rudd was in Friends, and he married Phoebe. So since they didn't include Phoebe's husband, we've got Monica's husband, obviously. We've got Rachel's man. I'm sure they eventually broke up after that last episode. There's no way they stayed together. But why not Phoebe's husband? Played by the scrumdiddlyumptious national treasure, sexiest man alive, Paul freaking Rudd. Ant-Man! So that's why I have this particular Ant-Man, since he's one that, is at least not wearing an Ant-Man suit with a helmet. He almost looks normal. But this is my Ant-Man minifigure from the Endgame sets. So he stays close to Phoebe. So yeah, this is just some of my minifigs, and the fact that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 minifigs took me 18 minutes to talk about. That's why I'm just going to keep doing Minifigure Monday. And who knows, maybe 5,204 weeks from now, I'll have gotten to talk about all my minifigs. Whether they're random things like this, or they're CMF, or Lord knows what kind of licensed theme, or my personal favorites, some of my old school classic minifigs from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and my favorites, some of the OG Star Wars minifigs that really got it going for me. I've got some pretty rare, pretty pricey minifigs, supposedly, that are that I'm very happy to have. So that's it for now. Man, wouldn't that be awesome to get a Larry David? Which I guess is kind of George, but not quite the same. Man, they should make like a Curb Your Enthusiasm set. Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, that was this week's Minifigure Monday. We'll see you next week for who knows what. Okie dokie. Till then, I'll be there for you. Yeah, that was bad.